How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Cities by Jake. I'm your resident architect, and today we are going back into our build, Coral Beach. It used to be called Cape Coral, so don't get confused, but we changed the name to Coral Beach moving forward. And in this episode, we are going to be building out the town's first rail yard with anticipation of really expanding out our industrial zone and working on our specialized industrial industries. And so I want to get that done fairly soon because it's going to be a lot of work and I don't want to have to squeeze it in somewhere. So I do have a plan for it. But before we get started, if you like the series so far, give this video a like. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell icon to be notified when a new episode comes out. Lastly, your comments spark the creativity here. So let me know what you want me to build within this town. I'm curious to know. All right, welcome to Coral Beach. All right, so we're going to utilize this space for the rail yard, and I think we're going to try and figure out a way to get a I want to figure out a way to get the tracks to kind of blend in through here. Because eventually, this is where our industrial port is going to go. And then I just want to be able to figure out how we're going to get our tracks kind of, over this highway for now. And kind of blend it into here. I don't think we're going to work on much over here today. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of get it all prepped and ready to go. What we're going to have to do is we're going to buy, I think we're just going to buy out all of the tiles for now. Just so we can figure out what we're working with. And so right now, there's a lot of hills in through here, which we're going to flatten out. I think we're going to try and match this hill. I think it kind of levels out with here the same. So we're going to kind of level this area out. And also this area out. We'll continue this level, this flat surface over through here as well. Want to bring this in through. I don't believe there's underground in through here, so we're not going to have that weirdness. That is actually raising it up. Gonna push this kind of right here for now. Make sure we got everything. I think we're definitely probably gonna have to push it back. Yeah. Let's see how big the assets are anyway, just to be Railyard. Yeah, so we're gonna have to push this way back. Okay, so that's all flattened out for now. Not the best over here, but once we actually start building out over and through here, it'll work pretty fine. So what I want to do, what I'm thinking about doing is bringing this road over here. And then we can eventually probably have like kind of make this a connector road that eventually this connects with this highway, so you don't have to come all the way down through here and merge on through here. We're gonna have to change this out anyways, so that we can have kind of a exit over through here, but also a interchange so that you can change it here. But point is, so that you don't have to kind of cut through here, you can just get off, do a connector through here to go that way if you need to. That's probably what we're gonna do. That way we can bring the rail, connect it through here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a rail come around here, connect here, and have a bunch of tracks to loop kind of around to connect to our yard. So we're gonna have it kind of like this, pushed back right here, maybe even kind of like right here. So then what you can do is you can bring tracks, loop it around, connect here as well, and then you that connector right through here. And then you can just bring a road up in through here as well. Build out our road. Kind of have it go right there for now. I don't think we're gonna connect any interchange. I think eventually we're gonna have to do a whole episode where we turn this road back into a highway. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Just turn it into a, 2-lane, 3-lane highway that goes all the way above. Then you have your interchanges up and through here as well. That is another episode way down the road. I definitely wanna, before we do that, I wanna kind of connect with development in through here. I want to make sure I get this correct where I actually want to put it. Okay, so a little bit of change of plans. I'm kind of having like this set up so that we can do the loop coming through here, and then we can kind of have a loop go that way, come back in, kind of have main line connect here. Don't know how I'm gonna do this yet. It is kind of tight, but I think we can kind of get it to connect up and through here. We'll have to just kind of play around with it, and that's probably what I'm gonna do right now, and be right back. That is that. We're obviously gonna have to detail it out, and I don't know if this is like kind of how Railyards would work. I feel like this you kind of come in for maintenance over through here, and then you can go and park some trains that are, park the carts so that you can fix the engines or whatever down through here. It's probably not the most realistic, but I saw some inspiration on Instagram and I kind of wanted to do that. We're obviously going to have to detail this out next with a bunch of trees and services to kind of clean this up. And then we'll go ahead and just add our cargo routes. And then what we'll need to do is figure out how we're going to get this in through here. And we'll probably have to figure out something here so that we can cross in through here and then cross in over through here as well. I'm going to detail this out before we figure out this area, and yeah, be right back.
Start it up.
Alright, so we detailed this out and I cleaned up, kind of these, power poles. They're kind of random, but I've just gone ahead and cleaned them up, kind of made them uniform so that they kind of fit in, add some generators, some random props through here. And I started out the line, so we'll see. Hopefully this kind of goes soon. We'll see. And then I added a few like kind of warehouses here. I added the road maintenance depot to kind of get that industrial feel. And then I added an office space, parking lot, and kind of just some yards that you'd go to kind of like offload and as they wait for pickup to go to their wherever place. But then I added some trains through here to kind of as if they're parked. I don't want to add too much because like I said in the last episode, you can't delete them. So I'm just going to leave them here for now. Yeah, I could obviously go a little bit more detail in through here, but I don't want to do that. I really like how this has turned out. What I did notice is that there is garbage piling up over here, and I can only imagine. I haven't checked what's going on over here, so there's no garbage pile up here, but I do want to add some sort of garbage here. So I think I'm going to add it to make kind of like a campus in through here. If I were to grab a alleyway road, maybe not, but I think I'm just gonna make this area a sort of like a waste processing facility. Actually, let's have that. Go 90, and then we'll put that right there. Then maybe, let's see, there is no upgrade. However, let's go to the road. We'll do that, and then maybe the recycling center is fairly large. Landfill is fairly large. Let's we'll add landfill surface through here. And then let's go ahead and actually all of the trees. Move this tree here. And let's kind of drag it out a little further. No way doing that, but Do that, and then we can go ahead and grab our fence. Let's turn all snapping off. Then let's get our landscaping tool. Let's just kind of didn't work as good as I thought it was going to do, but just wanted to kind of get some show like it's piled up. And then we can just go back to the surfaces, push it to the edge. Kind of have it like that, so we can kind of hopefully solve our garbage issue. And it probably won't, now that I think about it. Okay, so we do have a garbage problem. And I'm gonna go put a landfill right in through here and hope that actually, I don't know if I'm gonna do a landfill. I think I might do a recycling center, actually. Let's try that. I have kind of an extra. I don't need that. Okay, so let's actually relocate this. Do that. Trying to get this in here, so maybe it kind of stopped right there, then turn Anarchy off. Just trying to get the most leave it like that so that we can just have a tree line around here. Have kind of our recycling center. We'll probably just fill in with trees over here. And over here as well. That we probably should do a landfill here soon. Maybe in here we can kind of get a small landfill, or right here. See what the sizing is for that. I think it's a little too. Yeah, it wouldn't really make sense. We'll see if this kind of fixes it. I don't think it does. But we'll see. I gotta make districts in through here anyways. But let's just fill in. Okay. Didn't realize that this was paused. That's why it's not working. We're going to let that run, and I want to see if this kind of fixes it, and then we'll see where we're at. Maybe we can kind of figure out this, but I might just call it a day for this episode. All right, so that has fixed the issue over here, and I'll probably clean up this a little bit. I just added some trees here, but I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Kind of want it to be similar to this area over here, but we're not gonna really touch up on this episode. I also still am not sold on it being like this. I might kind of want to have it come over to here, kind of end right there. That way you can kind of get a larger campus for recycling and landfill, stuff like that. But I think I'm going to end it at that right here. I'm just going to wait until maybe next episode to kind of start developing this area, or maybe we push. I think actually no. We're going to continue, like next episode, we're going to continue developing this area. I don't want to buy any more land. I just want to kind of develop this, infill this area, add some more, add probably another neighborhood, fill in this maybe, and then just kind of fill in over here. Then probably get some more power plants in as well. We're just going to continue on and kind of filling this in. So that's going to do it for today's episode. If you guys liked the video, please give it a like. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell icon to be notified when a new episode comes out. Lastly, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We hit 1,000 subs over the week, and I'm really grateful and happy that I'm able to do this for you guys. So again, thank you so much.